Hey everyone. Now in the last video I showed you a few ways in which you can use ChatGPT to improve your reading comprehension in German. In this video we'll build on the same idea and we'll practice a few ways in which you can use again ChatGPT to improve your writing in German. In case you've not seen the previous video, I'll link it somewhere in the video so you can just go back and see that again. So because in this video we'll build up on the same idea. So here we go. So the first thing that I'll do is, as always, I've prepared a few prompts, and the first prompt that I'm giving ChatGPT is a prompt which is sort of like a sentence scramble game. So the game is very simple. That ChatGPT is going to take a few sentences from the previous story, and it will jumble the letters up and give it to me back. All I have to do is learn how to kind of unjumble it and frame the sentence with the right structure. Now, this is important because as a beginner, you may not always understand how sentences are structured in German, right? So you can just learn how to practice it in a fun and experiential manner. So yeah, here we go. I'm going to just try and see how this sentence could be restructured. So I know das Frühstück ist lecker might be how it's written. Let's see, is that correct? Oh, it's correct. Das Frühstück ist lecker, which means the breakfast is delicious. That's a great start. Let's move on to the next one. Kaffee ich mache einen. Let me see if this is the right order. Perfect. Okay, this means I make a coffee. Okay, so as you can see, the sentences in German are somewhat similar to English, so I can still take a shot. And of course, if you're doing it for the first time, you may end up making mistakes. I still make mistakes, but that's okay, right? Because we're all sort of learning. So the next sentence, it says Milch, wo ist die? Wo ist die Milch? Is that the correct order? Let's see. And that is correct. Okay, this sentence means where is the milk? Okay, now this time I have a slightly longer sentence, so this may be difficult. Let's see if we can get it right for the first time. So it says Ich arbeite nach zur Frühstück dem. Okay, so okay, let's see what happens if I make a mistake. Okay, because I make a mistake, now as you can see, ChatGPT has corrected my mistake and it's actually given me the right order. So it says nach dem Frühstück gehe ich zur Arbeit, which means after breakfast I go to work. Again, you're doing it for the first time, so mistakes are bound to happen, but that's a good thing because you're still practicing and getting a hang of how sentences are formed, right? So let's try the last one because I had asked ChatGPT to come up with 5 sentences. So let's see if this is the correct order of words and if this sentence makes sense. It's correct. Okay, so yeah, pretty straightforward activity where we got some scrambled sentences and we had to restructure them and form the right kind of sentences in the right order. Okay, so it's a good start. Now maybe let's take this up a notch and do an activity which is slightly more difficult. So I have another prompt which I've pre-prepared. Again, as always, in case you want to learn how to come up with these prompts, let me know down in the comments and I'll be happy to make a separate video on that. So in a nutshell, what I'm doing is I'm asking ChatGPT to help me form sentences at A1 level. So the prompt is very simple. ChatGPT will give me a word and I have to think and I have to make a sentence using that word, right? So again, you need to know some bit of like sentence structuring and meanings and stuff like that. And it does not matter how complex your sentence is, it could be as simple as 3 or 4 words, but we just have to make something that kind of makes sense and is correct in terms of order. So let's see if I can take a shot at this. The word is kusha, which means kitchen. So mm, let's see if this is a sentence that makes sense. It says that it's good attempt, but there is a small mistake. So the correct sentence is ishke in the kusha. So as you can see, I had used the word tem. It says I have to use t. Now also I had asked ChatGPT to give me a short grammar explanation, teaching me the concept that I need to know. Because learning grammar can be difficult, right? So through these small mistakes, it's going to give me these bite-sized lessons, and I get a certain sense of how kind of grammar is used in this part. So through this, you can just learn a bit of grammar and start to kind of improve your understanding and knowledge of grammar and become better at just overall German, right? So the next word is cafe, which means coffee. So let's see if this is a sentence that is correct. Okay, it says the sentence is absolutely perfect. Again, as you can see, the sentence that I made was very simple, right? Ishmak cafe, which literally means I like coffee. So I don't have to make something that's super complex, especially if I'm a total beginner. So, and again, it's still giving me a grammar explanation, right? That the verb Moken, to like, is commonly used to express preference. After mark, the noun stays in the base form. So again, I'm developing a bit of knowledge about my grammar and learning slowly the small concepts that I need to know, right? So the next word is Frühstück, which is breakfast. So, okay, so ish. Let's see if this kind of a sentence makes sense. Again, it says it's a good attempt, but there is a mistake. Let's see what the mistake is. So I wrote ish essay Frühstück im Morgen, but ChatGPT is saying that I have to write ish essay Frühstück am Morgen. Why? Am Morgen is the correct way to say in the morning. Am is basically a dative case for time expressions. Okay, again, small mistakes, but this is how you learn. So the next word is Milch. So ich mag Kaffee mit Milch. Is that correct? Let's see. Okay. Sentence is correct, yeah, which means I like coffee with milk. The next word is froh. So which means happy. Ich bin froh. I'm happy. Pretty simple sentence. Again, I'm still getting these small grammar explanations, so I can just take my time and go through this and just get better at grammar, right? So again, we started with jumbled words, then we learned how to make simple sentences. Now this time let's try something slightly more complex and see if we can expand our understanding of German sentences. So this time my prompt is that ChatGPT will give me a sentence which is very short, and I have to expand the sentence by adding more details. And then of course it's going to give me feedback on how well did I do. So okay, let's give it a shot. So the sentence one is Ich trinke Kaffee. I know it means I drink coffee. So Ich trinke Kaffee am Morgen. I learned this am Morgen in the previous prompt, so let's see if this is correct. Okay, it's a great expansion, which means I drink coffee in the morning. Again, it's also giving me suggestions for further improvement, so I can also say something on the lines of Ich trinke jeden Morgen Kaffee in der Küche, which means I drink coffee every morning in the kitchen. All of these things are again giving you small ideas and a very practical way to improve your German. So let's take a shot at the next sentence. Ich esse Frühstück. I have to expand it. Ich esse Frühstück Okay, let's see if this is correct. Okay, this is absolutely correct. And again, it's giving me more and more suggestions to improve my sentences. So again, as you can see, whatever it is that I'm learning, the small bits and pieces, right? Small things like am, Morgan, I'm just using those again and again to solidify my concepts and get slightly better, like that 1% improvement. So the next sentence is ish ke sur arpait. Hmm, let's see if this is correct. Okay, this is correct, right? So it means I go to work every day. So again, we can go on and on and on and just keep expanding more and more sentences. But in a nutshell, what did I do? I started by getting ChatGPT to give me a list of jumbled words. I learned how to form basic sentences. Of course, did I make mistakes? Absolutely. But I'm learning from the mistakes that I'm making with the small cues that ChatGPT is giving me. And then after that, I asked ChatGPT to give me a word and I started to make simple sentences. And the last kind of prompt was that ChatGPT itself gave me a simple sentence and I learned how to expand it. So as you can see, we are gradually learning the structure of a sentence, forming it, and learning how to expand it. So with this way, you can just get slightly more comfortable and confident as you go along. And of course, the more practice you do, the better it is. So there you have it, a few more ways in which you can use ChatGPT to improve your German. In this case, the focus was on writing. So, as always, if you have a friend who would like to improve and learn a foreign language, share this video with them. And in case you get stuck with anything or you have any other questions or comments, just write those in the comment section below. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.